How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel, and a huge welcome to Mr. Hades. How are you, sir?
I'm really good. Yeah, really excited to be on the channel and chatting all things Watcher of Realms. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I mentioned on your channel, we just filmed a video there, guys. So if you didn't know, Hades doesn't just cover Raid and all the other amazing things with Fateless. You are playing Watcher of Realms. Everyone, if for somehow you missed that, go follow the man. And we just did a video on your channel. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I think it was a lot of fun.
Super awesome. Yeah. So Fastidious, the I guess the takeover king, got to grips really with my Dear Raid 1. So for me, it was a kind of real stopping point in terms of progression. And it was just really cool to kind of talk through the strats, see some of the rebuilds, and then get the job done, man. So yeah, can't thank you enough, honestly.
No, and I can't thank you for the opportunity. Like we chatted about it. Like when I first started playing Raid, that was like right when you were becoming Hades, and I was watching your takeovers. And now here we are doing a takeover together. It was very fun for me. So
yeah,
people should definitely go check that out.
It's awesome to see, like, your growth and the way you're kind of bursting into this space. It's really good, actually.
I really appreciate that, sir. So should we talk about something that I really think you're going to be an expert on? I've had this video idea. I was telling you off camera for I think 3 or 4 weeks, but I was like, it needs to be with like you or Ash or someone that's like a Raid guy. Not that it's a Raid video, but I need someone, because people know, a lot of people came from Raid to Watcher of Realms. I didn't really go from one to the other, but I used to play Raid, so I know the experience. But yeah, there are a lot of things that I think a lot of us think Watcher of Realms does better, but there's one huge thing, in my opinion, that Raid blows Watcher of Realms out of the water with. I've mentioned it before. Some people might be able to guess in the comments or something, but I think when it comes to a wide, diverse, bottom-up hero pool, Raid just, this is my big point of concern with Watcher of Realms. I saw how Raid did it. I liked it. And then maybe you can speak to this. But basically, we're just, every new hero, we can go through the list. We were just chatting about it. It's only legendary, 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 legendary.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Yeah. Well, and I was saying that since I've been playing for, I think I did like 130 odd days. So what's that, like 3 to 4 months? I don't think in that time of playing they've ever released a champion that wasn't a legendary.
No, sir. Yeah, I don't think there's one. Because I think, you said you've been playing 3 or 4 months, right? I've been playing exactly 6 months, actually. I just hit, I can show you guys. Oh, we're on your account. Well, there's our answer for how long you've been playing. 134 days. Yeah. How perfect. We just finished filming on your account.
Yeah.
There you go. So you've been playing just over 4 months, right? I just hit 6 months like 1 or 2 days ago. So I'm at like 182 days. And about a month after I started playing, they did the big Chaotic Faction release. Right. So with the Chaotic Faction release, let me walk you through this because you would have missed this. We got Vladov and we got Aatrox. So only Vlad and Aatrox, right? The only epic we've gotten since then is Vargas.
Wow.
And he's ancient exclusive. So I will walk you through it. So we got Vargas. Every other one since the introduction, and if you bear with me, just because I want to drive this point home to viewers, because it's the reason I'm so concerned. Let's just go down the list, right? Eunomia, Alora, Constance, Alistar, all newer. Elder, Ardia, Falcia, Gwendolyn. Keep going. It just keeps going. Only legendaries. Giselle, Admiral Claw, Kineza. Lugaru was with the initial one. Let's keep going. We got Demi, Reeve was there. And then these guys also were the initial one, but then Uridin, Infernal Blast. It literally keeps going. Soul Cadence, Aurum, Aelin, Pharisee, Hex. Then even Anai. It keeps going. Star Piercer. We got Pelagios. We got Kai. We got Sargok was the initial one, but Pelagios and Kai, and then there's Alora again. Esotericis, of course. We got Boreas. We got Thalin. We have got Cyrus. So it's just non-stop. And then obviously, aside from Constance, who was new, and the Valkyria, who was added in with the Arbiters, every other Arbiter is new too. And when you look at that, an entire faction without an epic.
This is what I want to say. This, for me, is actually the worst point, right? So if you're dropping a new faction in your game, and I will say, like, for those who don't know, I'm actually part of a team that are building a game right now. I'm building a game in this type of genre with Fateless.
Very cool
game. It's super excited, and so we're building out a lot of plans and building out sort of champion concepts, all that type of stuff. This for me is not actually acceptable as a launch.
Nope.
All legendaries in a faction, like, this isn't a faction. This isn't worthy
collection of gods
being released
or something.
Yeah, It's just a bit crazy, honestly. So
let me give you your flowers real quick. You just had, we chatted about this off camera, but I was so impressed with your update, your most recent update with Fateless, and you showed your first hero design, and you did what many people would think is weird, and I was like, he knows what he's doing. Your first hero design was a common or uncommon hero, right?
Yeah.
It's a normal hero. You didn't say, all right, here's my first hero design, Legendary Lord Praetus. It was just like a normal hero, because
it's just like we just want proof of concept. We want to kind of like, feel our way into it. Yeah.
That's the lifeblood of the game. So we've had no new rares, if that was unclear. There are only 2 rares on the entire test server that aren't on global. They're both on Forerunner, and they were just fusion fodder, random rares. They're nothing. And then for epics, there's literally no one. They even, I don't know if you know this, they accidentally added 2 epics that were also, they were fusion epics from Forerunner. It was Draga, and then it was Philippa, who then they made a mistake on a patch, and then they scrubbed them from the game. So you'll see 39 reviews. So that's why no one can get them now.
Yeah.
So it's just to me, this is like the lifeblood of the game is variety. It's a diverse hero pool. It's accessibility. Obviously, adding entire ancient exclusive legendary only factions is not accessible. So you want to speak to how Raid does this? Sure. I was blown away. I played Raid for almost 3 years, and they're so good at having epics coming in and stuff like that.
They are. I think they're also so Raid will add fusion heroes, and fusion heroes will be made up of a number of rares and a number of epics, which you then fuse into the legendary. But generally, so one of the big kind of like excitement areas when those heroes are released is, okay, what are the other new heroes like? Are the rares going to help newer players? Are the epics actually viable for some end game content or at least like mid-tier content? And generally, at least one of the new champions can come into teams and be pretty damn successful. So
totally,
Raid might release 10 new heroes in a month. They're still quite top heavy with legendaries, don't get me wrong, but there'll be a selection of epics that come in and a selection of rares that come in as well. And honestly, if they release a faction, they will release a good blend of all rarities, right?
There's quite literally a balance. That's something innately that is in Raid, because the way we have it now, technically we do have fusions. They just haven't come to global yet. We do have permanent fusions like Abomination and stuff. But in Raid, you kind of have your traditional fusion, as I used to call them in Raid, and then your fragment fusion. Here, our main kind of fusion is our shard summoning, which is like akin to a fragment fusion in Raid. So what we have for Vladov right now. But what I will say is, inherently, by having this, I remember they used to alternate a lot. So it was kind of a nice balance between the 2 fusion types as well.
Between fusion and fragment tends to be every other month.
Yeah, and then when you have a fusion, inherently, it is top down. It's a pyramid, as it should be. You have your legendary, you have some epics, and maybe for the big ones, you have some rares as well, right? So you need this many to this many to this many, which means there's variety, there's quantity.
If there's I don't know, like a calendar holiday that's going on. So if, let's say there's Valentine's that's coming up. Generally for Valentine's, it'd be like, okay, we've got these 2 new legendaries, which are a couple, and there's generally a couple of epics as well. So, they do that in a lot of the different holiday events. Halloween, there's always few epics and a couple of cool new legendaries.
So I am a free-to-play player. Obviously, my free-to-play experience in Wanted Realms is unique in that I get tens of thousands of diamonds, so I won't claim that. But in Raid, I quit Raid or making Raid content, or stopped rather, right when I would have been eligible to be a content creator, right when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So I never received a single perk, right? I was 100% free to play. That's what I did. I had a free to play series. I would do my guides here and there, but that's who I was, right? I'd really look forward to the epic drops. So I don't even, they stick in my mind more than the legendary. So I'll just give you an example. Maybe you remember better than me, but I can ballpark this. I would think February of 2021, we had a release that I think is like the best thing I've seen in a gacha. It was like with, oh my God, what are their names? Duck the Pierced was in that. Udo or Ugo, I get those two confused. But the one with the thing on her back. There was another AoE decreased defense. There was like 6. There was the guy that does the Ally Protect from the newer faction. The toad-looking guy, the frog guy.
Taradi. Taradi.
What and that was like right about when I was starting my series. I'd been playing for a while. But I was just like this boom, banger, epic. And that was an patch as you're describing. Maybe it lined up with a fusion, but it was saying like, this is the fusion, these are the fodder. Also, here's 8 epics, enjoy.
And the funny thing with Watcher of Realms, so my experience in the first, say, month was they give you really cool epics. Okay, so Barry can use her in loads of content, really good epic. Wrath, I probably use more than loads of my legendaries, you know, like really, really good epic. You've got good healers like Hollow. So it's not like the epics don't have quality in this game. I'd say there's not many rares that are really that feasible other than kind of doing like P strats.
It's like just Autumn.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, Autumn, Laurel, not Laurel, sorry.
Decimus, maybe.
Decimus, and there's the other one that does the cost.
Narvi. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I think there's a few that could do a job, but generally, because their stat base is so low, they don't really kind of match up to get into content. But epics do kind of, you know, at least push you a kind of a certain amount through the game. It just seems they're so top heavy in terms of what they release. I know that this game will make more money from releasing legendaries, which is why they do it. But actually, if you just kind of hit for the cash grab all the time, I think your game slowly dies.
I think actually this is going to turn into a blessing that we're on your account, not mine, because I would assume, yes, you have a nice chunk less summons than me. Still a lot. Don't get me wrong. This is not
How do you get into this page, by the way? How you doing?
Oh, great. Yeah, you go to the hero portal, and then if you go to summon rewards, you can actually see all the summons you've done.
Oh, okay, right.
This doesn't count your legendary summons, your divine summons, but this is all your ancients plus rare summons.
Sure.
And so you can see you've got just less than 4,000. So it's a lot. No one's saying that you're like a free-to-play player or not a content creator, but it's not so much that I haven't even checked. I'm assuming I know what all your epics are going to look like. Let's see. A5, 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 A3 for a super rare one, A5, A4 for a super rare one, A3 for a super rare one, A5, 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 A0, Iona's the rarest there is, A5 on a Lord, A5, A5, it goes on, right?
Yeah.
And you've been playing the game for just over 4 months. So even if you spent that much money, that would not be the case in Raid, that you've just cleared out your epic.
Oh, not at all. No.
And I don't like that as an extra layer. So not just for, I think epics are vital to like a competitive balance and making it interesting for both existing and new players, but also summoning is boring as heck, man. Iona's the only epic I don't have. Everyone else, I think literally everyone else I have A5. Granted, I've summoned a lot, but still. And I know free-to-play players, 100% free-to-play players, not content creators, no diamonds, but that have been playing like 6 or 7 months like me. I've been playing 6 months, and they're almost everybody. You know, maybe I'm missing a copy of Titus or Olog, something random.
Yeah, going to the shop with the Awakening shop. I mean, look at the extra overload I've got on.
Yeah, look at that.
I can't even spend it. There's nothing to spend it on. There's
you did what I would do. I mean, what is this?
Yeah, at least give us something to spend it on. That even if it was like convert it into, I don't know, gold or, you know.
I'll tell you something. Maybe you've picked up on this. There's a huge community sentiment now. If you're going to pull a lot and you don't really care about the events, or maybe you're going to pull out so you don't care, you know you're going to hit the event thresholds, everyone's cheering for rares. No one likes for it to turn purple. They want it to either be gold or blue.
Oh, because it becomes diamonds, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because I'll have like, especially proper whales that I do pulls every weekend for viewers, and they will just be like, oh, dude, I just want, these are my legendary wish list, and otherwise I don't want any epics.
Yeah.
That should not be the state.
So it's not a good state when you're pulling shards, even if you've saved up, 40, 50, 60 shards for an event. If all you care about is if it turns gold.
Exactly.
It's actually not. It's not great mentally. It's not great, because the chances that you're going to get what you want.
So that's what I wanted to say. So when you said about making money, I think for short term you're dead on, but for long term, I think you'll agree. I think they're totally off with this strategy.
Yeah.
Because people are going to get burnt out, and quite frankly, they're going to get supremely disappointed much quicker. Because expectations have been set at gold or bust, and people seem to forget, because maybe they do 2x once in a while. We're still talking 0.5% here. When people do their 10x's or their 1+1s, we're talking a 0.5% chance. 0.5% chance. I mean,
yeah. And I will say, like, if they bring in an Aatrox, which is an interesting epic, lower chance to summon, I don't actually mind that. If it's a rarer epic, but actually a very cool one, or quite a niche one, but works really well in either the codexes or some of the content that you're pushing, then I like that. I like that you've got that variety in the game, that someone perhaps who's not going to be able to, splurge on the summons, at least they've got epics to kind of back it up.
There's two other points there I'd say. One, just more means more things to hunt for. A lot of us enjoy the hero collection. For me, it's literally only Iona. There's no world where I'll use Iona. I've got amazing mages, right? Iona's great,
sure.
but I mean, my account's past that. But I will go crazy when I get her because I'm hunting. I want it, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more fun to have 12
that
you're looking for?
It's that
feeling, and then and moreover, with Aatrox, that they want to add So let's pull back the curtain really quickly. So we both saw on test server today. I'm sure we'll both put out content about this. You can come back to the channel or whatever, or separately, right? But 4 new epics have been added to test server that are not on Forerunners. So that's pretty exciting. That being said, no news about it from the devs or anything. I cannot imagine it's coming anytime soon. One of them is a Lord. One of them is an Ancient exclusive. So, and I actually predict that the Lord, the epic Lord, is probably an Ancient exclusive Lord too. It's going to be supremely rare. However, if there's more, even if they are that rare, then you get that cool feeling of, I got him, like with the way Estrid is. I got Estrid and you don't have her. And that adds like kind of a not just a collector feeling, but like an exclusivity, like a prize feeling.
Yeah, so definitely. And it gives you that buzz in that moment. So, you know, the sort of thing, oh, you won't believe it. You're talking in your Discord groups, or, you know, for a content creator, even better, but that doesn't matter. It's more about just kind of like that feeling when you play these games of, you know, getting something which you didn't have, which might be able to either enhance your teams or just kind of like that collector feel.
Or and make your roster, your little, these rosters are like your baby, right? It makes it feel more unique, you know, like this is Hell Hades roster. This is your showcase, you know, more little things like that are just missed opportunities. They don't all have to be shiny gold, you know? Like, look, even already with you, I mean, you're hunting for Ancient exclusive, super rare normal, common that you happen to be missing, and then exceptionally rare Lord. Tied for the rarest Lord in the game, right? This is what you're hunting for, like faction by faction. I just having looked through, I mean, look at this. You're only missing Ardia, Ancient exclusive Lord, this, and you're not even that deep into it. I don't even feel like I'm that deep into it. So yeah, that's kind of, I think we've hit on a lot of things, but I don't want to come off too critical because it does come from, I love this game. Like, it's quite obvious. I think you saw how I was like, I'm giggling when I was in your account. We were doing 120. It's very fun.
And also just harping back on the point, like they do give you access to some of top tier epics. Really, you know, one of the best tanks in the game, one of the best fighters in the game, a great mage. They do give you some good,
and they've done such a nice job. I think it would have been right after you joined, but Greed used to not be free, like now he is, and that's awesome, right? Like, so he's super rare, but he's a really powerful mage that can help people. Then we got let me click, you know, like you said, Olag. Everyone loves their Olag. Mari, you know, it goes on and on. They do a great job with this, but then it's like, all right, you already got some good epics, and all that's left, it just feels like there's this mentality, you got to get that gold. That's all, and then it's like, now I need Lords. See, like, gold's not even good enough.
Hopefully, I mean, like you say, there's 4 that have just turned up on the test server. I'm not even taking a look at them yet, but hopefully they're turning a corner, and you know, this video
they don't have to be, because I know Raid, I don't know if it's on a 4 or 6 week cycle, but they will do those patches, and there's always in those patch notes, there's a couple new heroes. I would love, it doesn't have to be 8 or whatever, that super patch I'm harkening back to with Taragi and Udo, and that was a really fun one, right? But there must be some happy middle ground we could reach where, like, every 6 weeks we get 4 or 3. Just keep it fresh, and like every new infusion into the hero base is like a little jolt into the game. I feel like something else is fresh.
And actually, it'd be cool if they started to look at game modes where, you know, legendaries were not allowed in the mix. You know, something
that'd be cool.
Yes, in the codex where they're kind of playing around with different, you know, I guess gameplay or different makeups, and that type of direction, I think, quite
beautiful idea. Well, yeah, like what if they had just a side codex that's optional, but like the top 100, but epics only could get an extra bonus? Or, that'd be very fun.
Make more use of the roster. Yeah, I like that. I like the way.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a great place to end it. That's a really cool idea. I love that. Let us know what you think. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, there's something like that in Raid, right? Where they have like a special tournament with some restrictions.
Sometimes they do, yeah. Okay. Again, they do it. They do it from time to time, and they do it in quite a weak way, I would say. You know, it's very, very. It's almost like you can only use epics, and it's only from this faction, and which means it doesn't really allow a lot of players to get involved. But there's definitely some things you could do with it.
There's things they can play with.
Just give it a bit more thought, or you know, the kind of tighter the restrictions are, the better the rewards would be quite a
it could
thing
scale
to do
as you limit yourself. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I thought we could end it with my first 6-star on my account ever, Amani, who's one of my favorite epics. So there she is. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. It's been really fun doing not just this collab, but also the one on your channel. So everybody go check that out. I'll have your links, top in comment, description. Everybody, if you're the fool that doesn't subscribe to HH, make sure you do it. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's been a blast, and I actually can't wait to get into these 4 epics that turned up on the test server as well.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking the same thing. All right, thank you so much, guys. If you like it, get in the comments, ask us any questions you might have, subscribe, share with your mother. We'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.